You want me to go ahead and start, or you want me to wait a little while?
I think we can just wait for a minute and then we should start.
Okay. And once I start, I won't be able to let anybody in if they come afterwards because I'm not going to be really able to see them. So if you're able to do that part or call.
Sure. We'll handle
Mhm.
that. Yep.
Okay.
I believe we should start.
Okay. All right. So, hi, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. On behalf of the team at EDL Investments, thank you for joining us today. Today's session is focused on transforming analytics using a unified approach with Microsoft Fabric. It's about enabling better visibility, faster decisions, and measurable impact. So let's get started. Before we dive in, let me quickly walk you through the flow for today's session so you'll know what to expect. We'll begin by setting the context. So, what's changing in the nonprofit landscape and why data has become such a central part of how organizations operate and make decisions today? From there, we'll move into the most common data challenges we see across nonprofits, especially around fragmented systems, manual reporting, and lack of real-time visibility. So then we'll shift into what a modern analytics foundation should look like, followed by introduction to Microsoft Fabric and how it brings these capabilities together in a unified way. So we'll cover industry shifts and expectations, data and reporting challenges, Modern Analytics Foundation, Microsoft Fabric Plus Power BI, Security and Governance, and Real World Case Study, and why EDL is your best partner in this analytics journey and its steps. So, nonprofits today are operating in a much more complex and demanding environment than before. There is significantly more pressure coming from donors, boards, and regulatory bodies. to not just deliver programs, but to clearly demonstrate measurable outcomes and impact. At the same time, organizations are expanding their operations across multiple programs, geographics, and digital channels. This creates a level of operational complexity where leadership teams are required to make decisions across multiple moving parts, often without having a clear, unified view of what's actually happening. So, what's driving this shift? Increased demand for transparency and accountability, expansions of digital and operational systems, greater emphasis on measurable outcomes versus activity. So one of the biggest shifts we're seeing is in donor expectations. Today, donors are far more informed and selective. Around 75% of donors accurately look for concrete evidence of impact before deciding where to contribute. So this means that nonprofits need to move beyond high-level reporting or narrative storytelling. They need to be able to clearly show how funding is being used, what outcomes are being achieved, and how programs are driving measurable change. This requires not just data, but trusted, timely, and well-structured insights. So nonprofits collect data from many places: donors, finances, programs, volunteers, and marketing. But these systems don't connect. What this causes is no single clear view of the organization. Reports that take too long and require manual effort. Data is often incomplete or unreliable. Staff spend time managing data instead of advancing the mission. So data exists, but it's hard to use, leading to slow, reactive decisions. To solve today's data challenges, nonprofits need more than another tool. They need a strong, shared way to manage and use data across the organization. A modern analytics foundation brings all data together in one place, provides real time dashboards instead of static reports, uses AI to help all teams, not just technical staff, find insights, scale as the organization grows, protects donor and financial data with built in security. So, one trusted data foundation enables faster decisions, better insights, and greater impact. So a unified data foundation allows nonprofits to move from fragmented reporting environments towards integrated data-driven decision making. So let's introduce Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric is redesigning how we work with data by bringing all your data and analyst tools into a single experience. Fabric moves away from individualized services to a unified stack, from multiple databases to a unified data lake, from generative AI bolted onto general AI simply built it. Traditionally, nonprofits use many separate tools for storing, analyzing, and reporting on data. This creates silos, duplicate data, inconsistent results across teams. So Fabric changes this by bringing all data capabilities into one connected platform. So everything works together instead of separately. At the center is one lake, where data is stored once and shared across the organization. What this means in practice: one unified platform instead of many disconnected tools. Data stored once in one lake, not copied over and over. Everyone works from the same trusted data, faster insights from data to dashboards, less complexity, less maintenance, better decisions. So Fabric simplifies data and helps organizations move from data to insight faster. So Fabric delivers tailored experiences for different user roles within the organization. So even though everything runs on the same platform, each persona interacts with Fabric in a way that fits their specific needs and responsibilities. So for data engineers, Fabric provides tools to build and manage data pipelines, integrate data from multiple sources, and prepare it for downstream use. For data scientists, it enables advanced analytics, model development, and experimentation using the same underlying data. And for analysts, Fabric simplifies data exploration, modeling, and report creation, especially through tight integration with Power BI. So business users benefit from easy access to dashboards and insights without needing deep technical expertise. At the same time, data stewards, governance teams have visibility and control over data, quality usage, and compliance. And for nonprofits specifically, Microsoft also provides pre-configured data solutions that include standardized data models, automated pipelines, built-in analytics for fundraising, and program performance. This helps organizations get started quickly without building everything from scratch. So let's talk about how Power BI acts as the analytics and visualization layer within Microsoft Fabric. While Fabric handles data ingestion, storage, and transformation, Power BI is where that data is translated into insights that business users can understand and act on. So this slide shows how the entire analytics flow comes together within Microsoft Fabric, and specifically where Power BI fits into that architecture. Rather than thinking of Power BI as just a reporting tool, it should be understood as part of a fully integrated data pipeline that begins with raw data and ends with actionable insights. What Fabric enables is a seamless flow across each stage of the data lifecycle. Data is first ingested from multiple systems such as CRM platforms, fundraising tools, financial systems, and operational applications. Once ingested, it is processed through transformation layers using Power Query and data flows where consistencies are cleaned up and the data is standardized. This prepared data is then stored in a centralized lakehouse environment, which acts as a single unified data foundation for the organization. From there, Power BI introduces a semantic layer where business logic is defined. This includes setting up key metrics, relationship between data sets, and standardized definitions that ensure consistency across reporting. So finally, this structured data is surfaced through interactive dashboards and reports with direct lake. Power BI can access this data almost instantly, removing the need for scheduled refresh cycles and enabling near real-time insights. The key takeaway here is that this is not a disconnected reporting process. It is a continuous integrated pipeline that improves data accuracy, reduces latency, and enables faster and more confident decision making. So in this pre-recorded live demo, I will show how to create a Fabric workspace, a lakehouse, a data flow, a semantic model, and a Power BI dashboard for nonprofit donations.
Okay, I'm logged into my Power BI services and I'm about to create my Fabric workspace. So I'm going to go over here to the left side where there is the word workspaces, and I go here to the bottom and where it says new workspace. So I'm gonna go ahead and name my workspace nonprofit donations slash fabric. And it states that it's available, so I can name it that. I'm gonna go ahead and upload an image here. And you can also put a description here as well if that's something you want to do. And I scroll all the way down here where it says workspace type. And I'm gonna go here where fabric, there's a fabric trial. So you can get a fabric trial for free for 60 days. Almost all capabilities are available except if you like Copilot, trusted workspace access, auto scale, and private links. So let me click fabric trial. and it's automatically here in the east, for the east of USA. That's where the computing resources will come from, and I'll let it be a small somatic model storage. All right, so we're about to create the lake house. I'm just gonna go over here to the top left and select new item.
All
All
right.
right,
And
and then we're just gonna scroll down until we get to the part that says store data. And we see lake house right here. And I'm gonna name the lake house pretty much what I named the workspace, nonprofit, donations. All right, so it's saying here names can only include numbers, letters, and underscore. So let me put underscore underneath here. I guess no spaces. And click create. Okay, so let's add some data to our lake house. Go over here where the three dots sit next to files. Select that. Scroll down where it says upload, and we're going to upload files. All right, so the files I want to upload is just this file here about nonprofit donations. Select upload. All right, so let's go ahead and create a data flow so we can clean up our data. We're going to go here and click where it says new data flow Gen 2, and that'll be for prep, clean, transform, and ingest data. All right, so I named the data flow one underscore nonprofit donations. This, I'll go ahead and enable this right here where you can do the get integrations, deployment pipelines, and public API scenarios and click create.
all
All
right,
right,
so
so
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
actually
actually
start
start
our
our
data
data
cleaning
cleaning
in the
in the
data data
data
flow.
flow.
Is
Is
we
we
need to
need to
go
go
to
to
transform.
transform, and we need to create that first row. Use first row as header. We're gonna make this be the first, this first row to be the header. Okay, so you see the first row did turn to the header. And we changing the column here. Donation date is going to change to date column. Then right here, we're going to capitalize every first word of a sentence. So we're going to go over here, still a transform. We'll go to format. And we're going to do capitalize each word, which is going to capitalize the first letter of each word. All right, and then we're going to go over here to add a column. We're going to take the month name out of the date. So we're going to scroll over here to where it says format. And wait a minute, I'm in the wrong one. Am I in the right one? Oh, I need to click date. I have to go over here to date. The wrong thing is selected. To date and then month, and month gives month name. After we cleaned the data, did the data flow, cleaned the data, transformed it, and we saved it. It's saved right here in the lake house as a table. So you see the table view and the new data already clean. And so we're going to actually create a new semantic model. All right, so now we're in the semantic model. I don't have any other tables to create relationship with. So the reason for me coming to the semantic model is to actually create this measure here. So I just click on new measure, call the measure total donations, use the function sum from the table nonprofit donations, and we're summing up. All right, so now in order for us to take the semantic model to actually get some analysis done, we just click on file and create new report, and it takes us to Power BI. All right, so with the data from the nonprofit donations uh, data, we was able to create this report here, and let me go through the steps on how the report was created. This is a filter here, and it filtered, let's see which filter we use, the button slicer. And in the value, we just put the donor types, which is corporate, foundation, individual. Then the total donations by program, we use the stack column chart. And on the x-axis, we put program, and on the y-axis, we put amount. And in general, this is how we turned on the title, and we named the titles to these two here. All right, so this visual here, this one is a chord. So in the value, we this is the measure that was used, the total donations. So that's what we put there. And we also changed the name with the title as well for that one right here. Okay, and here right here, this visual we used donut chart. And on the legends, we put restriction, and the value, we put the amount. And this is a matrix chart here. And on rows, we put the month and the name. The columns, we put program and the amount. And we also filtered, do this here. We filter it to the highest to the lowest with donations. So when we want to do the whole total of 2025, the most donations were in the month of August for 31,000, and the total donations by program was housing assistant, and the total donations for 2025 was 250K. And we had just like 55% that was considered restricted, where they wanted the donations to go. And the filters, you can see what happened with corporate. So corporate, their highest donation was in August for 21,000. The total was 85,000, and their total donations was with food security.
All right, so now let's watch a video about how Copilot works in Fabric.
Next generation AI in Microsoft Fabric empowers you to unlock the full potential of your data. With Copilot integrated into every data experience, Microsoft Fabric lets you use natural language to bring your data to life. From integrating data to writing code to finding insights and creating reports, new transformative AI experiences work alongside you every step of the way so you can stay focused on getting value from your data. Copilot helps turn your words into data flows and data pipelines so you can intelligently integrate data from anywhere. When writing code, Copilot automatically suggests code and entire functions in real time. And Copilot can guide you to create machine learning models to unlock insights in your data. Just by chatting with Copilot, you can visually explore your data to create stunning reports, discover insights, and summarize your data into easy-to-understand text narratives for sharing. With Copilot, you can turn insight into action with triggers that monitor your data and notify users. You can even create your own custom natural language experiences that combine Azure OpenAI models and your organization's data, and easily publish your creations as plugins. And with your data in Fabric, Copilot provides insights and answers everywhere work gets done. Most importantly, Microsoft Cloud runs on trust, which means your data always remains your data. Bring your data into the era of AI with Microsoft Fabric.
So security in Microsoft Fabric is designed as a multi-layer model, ensuring that data is protected at every stage from ingestion to consumption. Instead of relying on a single control point, Fabric applies security controls across infrastructure, access, and data layers. This layered approach ensures reliance and reduces the risk of vulnerabilities. Even if one layer is compromised, additional controls remain in place to protect the data. Security layers include network level security to control access to the platform, workspace and role based access controls, data encryption at rest and in transit, compliance certification and standards, auditability and monitoring through integrated tools. So Microsoft Purview extends Fabric's capabilities by adding advanced data protection and compliance features. It allows organizations to identify sensitive data, apply protection policies, and monitor how data is accessed and used across the environment. These capabilities are particularly important for nonprofits that handle personally identifiable information or financial data. By automating detection and enforcement, Purview reduces the risk of human error and ensures consistent compliance. So the key capabilities is sensitivity labeling to classify and protect data, data loss prevention policies to restrict unauthorized sharing, audit logs to track user activity and access, insider risk management to identify potential threats. So let's look at a real world success story on how Fabric involves nonprofit challenges. This slide introduces a real world example to demonstrate how these concepts come together in practice. So R-Care, a rural healthcare provider, was facing several operational and data related challenges that are coming across many organizations. So their data was spread across clinical systems, EHR platforms, and claims data sources, which made it difficult to create a unified real-time view of patient and operational data. In addition, reporting processes were highly manual, consuming several hours each day and delaying critical decisions related to patient care and compliance. So the key challenges highlighted was the siloed data across multiple systems, lack of real-time visibility into patient and operational data, manual reporting consuming 6 to 8 hours daily, delays in care coordination and decision making, compliance risk due to outdated or inconsistent reporting. So to address these challenges, Microsoft Fabric was implemented to centralize data and automate reporting processes. The implementation was completed in a short time frame, and automated pipelines were established to ensure frequent data updates without manual intervention. Power BI was then used to create dashboards for tracking care plans, provider performance, and operational metrics. This enabled leadership to make faster and more informed decisions while significantly reducing the operational burden on staff. All right, so I'll take a moment here to briefly introduce myself since I've been walking you through this session today. My name is Erica Leverson, and I work as a data analyst and data engineer here at EDL Investments. My focus is really on helping organizations take complex, often fragmented data and turn it into something structured, reliable, and actual useful for decision making. So I spend most of my time working across tools like Power BI, SQL, and Python, along with cloud platforms, building out data models, dashboards, and analytic solutions that teams can actually use day to day. So at this stage, the goal is to move from discussion to action. Every organization is at a different point in their data journey. So the next step is really about understanding where you are today and what's needed to move forward. So we typically start with a focused conversation to access your current data landscape, what systems you're using, where the gaps are, and where the biggest opportunities lie. From there, we define a practical roadmap that delivers quick wins while building toward a more scalable long-term solution. So how we usually engage, we'll access your current data and reporting environment. We'll identify gaps across data on reporting and governance. We'll define a clear phase roadmap, and we'll start with a pilot or targeted use case. So thank you for your time and for joining us today. We hope this gave you a clear perspective on how a unified data platform can help simplify your analytics environment and drive better outcomes across your organization. And we'll be happy to continue the conversation, answer any questions, or explore how this could apply specifically in your context. And I'll put this back up in case you didn't get this information here. All right, so any questions?
Looks like it's just myself and the
Mm-hmm.
HSV staff. So
Okay, so you want me to go ahead and click in event?
Yep.